आ रहा है ना आवाज?
हाँ दत्ता आ रहा है।
तो ठीक है, ये कर चालू कर दो, फिर मैं ये करता हूँ.
हाँ रिकॉर्डिंग स्टार्ट किया मैंने।
Give you all the things he will explain you.
Okay.
Ishan, can you just start, please?
Yes, thank you, Datta.
So before Ishan, you start. I have started the recording. I hope that's okay with you.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
no
fine.
problem.
It's
This is
fine.
No
just for
problem.
the
It will
yeah.
be
Okay.
helpful
Fine.
for everyone to see it
Yes.
later if any doubts.
Yes. Yes.
So, hi everyone. Good afternoon. So now, as we are going ahead with our SPS upgrade, so we need to understand the SPDD, SPAU, and SPAU ENH activity. So giving brief on that part is first of all we need to understand that these are the three T codes which we'll be using for SPS under adjustment parts, because multiple objects during the SPS upgrade are changed. Like standards are overridden with the objects which are re-delivered in the SPS upgrade. For us to like retain the objects which were in the previous release, SAP gives all the modified objects and the old one, the new and the old version comparison is done, and we have to figure out which we need to keep for our functionality to work properly. At the end of the day, adjustment needs to be done so that our functionality is not hampered in any or the other way after the SPS upgrade. So first of all, we need to check. I'll go ahead with SPDD. SPDD consists of objects like table, views, DOM, and data elements, all the DDIC objects which are created in the system. Then we'll move forward to the SPAU, which consists of reports, programs, screens, and function modules. And then we move forward to the SPAU ENH, that which specifically deals with enhancement, spot enhancement, implementation, or bodies. So what I'll do now, I'll for SPDD, I don't have any specific examples, but I'll just try to tell you one or the other thing that goes around. As we completed our SPS upgrade for our development system, the sum tool was started by the basis team, and after that they come across a section where we have to do the SPDD adjustments. Now I'll share my screen and show you the SPDD T code as well, and just we'll move forward with that. With one of the things that we have to check. Just let me know if my screen is visible.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay.
I hope everyone is able to see the screen.
Yeah. It's visible.
Yeah. So
Yes.
going to the SPDD code, we have node correction with assistant modification assistant, without modification assistant. So this two section are already completed as we have went ahead with our SPS upgrade and SPDD adjustment. But one thing you need to know is this: all the data which is under the SPDD code will be useful for making changes to the DDIC objects. Everything that is visible here, even the nodes that are visible under this section, are for the DDIC object itself. So one of the thing you have to see, like for example, this is all green here as it is all completed, but there might be certain sections which will be blue. So, and you have to mainly focus on that part. I'll just share my SPAU T-code as well for that reference. As you can see, with modification assistant consists of multiple sections. Some are green and some are blue. So blue are the one we need to focus on. And under all the section, there might be such sections which are white, which are not yet completed or not adjusted yet, which require manual adjustment from our part. We have to check such kind of things, which is either yellow, green, white. There might be multiple colors there present, and all of this color have a different like a denotation or different meaning for that part. I'll explain you that with moving forward. For SPDD,
So here, the ones which are green, like with modification assistant, you said data elements you did. So yeah, data elements, interfaces, programs, area menu are green. So that means those are done, or
yes, those are
already taken care of.
Those are already taken care of. There might be certain
Okay.
part, like see, if let's consider this is our system, and after the VIM upgrade, we have made changes to certain objects, but certain objects are still not processed. This might be the case when you do your when you go for your SPAU or SPDD as well. There might be certain section which are already covered, like already automatically updated by the system itself. You don't have
Okay.
to take care of that. There might be sections
Okay.
which you need to take care of.
Okay. So those are highlighted in blue, which we
Yeah,
need to
those
look
are,
into.
yes, those are highlighted in blue.
Okay.
So like as we are talking about SPDD, we'll just see what one thing we need to do is anything that we have to adjust, we have to first compare the version with the previous part. Now, as of now, this is the active version, but we'll compare it with the last active version, which was like this. This is the part of, I guess, 3 October 2012. So we need to compare it with 8 July 2010. So we'll get, these are the most recent two of the versions. We'll get what exactly changes are done by SAP in the new update. So this is the one where it is, everything is unchanged. Nothing has been changed by SAP side as well, even in the upgrade. So this has to be done reset to original. You just have to click, and this is the part where you do reset to original. Now, reset to original is a way we adjust this object, saying that the active version is the one we want. Reset to original saves the active version of the object in the system as adjusted part. Any
Okay.
doubts
So
here?
even if there is no change, like we
Yeah.
just saw, we have
Yes,
to do this step, reset to
yes.
original.
Yes, if there is no change, well and good, we need to go forward with reset to original. As reset to original, what it does is it makes the active version to the adjusted part. Like it saves the active version of the object into the system. That's what
Ishan
it
is
does.
saying it means the version which is provided by SAP in this upgrade. If we click on reset to original, it will bring the latest version given by SAP. Correct,
So
Ishan?
that becomes the
Yes.
active version.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this might be an
Okay.
active version, or there might be a other version above it. Like just for example, there might be like let's consider this version. After this version, in this specific SPS upgrade which we have done for our system, if we had got a new object where new version where there were multiple fields that were added into the system, so we might have to do reset to original to bring that field into the database, storing into TR, and after that moving that TR across to the landscape. Like after development, we move it to quality, pre-prod, and production. For that, all the things to be in same page, we have to make it reset to original.
Okay.
I'll just show you one of the issues that we faced when we were doing this. This is a table which was to be manual activity table which was created during the implementation of a node. So this was not present in our system in the quality part. It was only till development before the SPS upgrade happened. Just showing the actually system itself. So I'll show you how what exactly we need to compare on this part. As of now, active version changed the description of the table. Active version changed the check table. This was the version before it, and now as per mandate, the check table is different. And in the active version, the supplier pan field is present, and in the previous version, the vendor pan was present. So such changes you may also encounter in your system while doing the SPDD adjustments. So as of what we did here was we did it reset to original, as this all is given to us by SAP. As part of the manual note activity in the note as well, we checked, and this was the way it should have gone. So we reset this to original. Saving the means as the supplier pan was added. So supplier pan is present in the actives section. As what SAP has provided us. So we saved it to that part. Like
Okay.
like
So
it's
the
and like yes.
So in the current version, you're saying the supplier pan was provided. For the mandate, there was a check table provided.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you bought it to that version by
Yes,
clicking on
exactly.
that reset to original.
Reset
Okay.
to original. Reset to original is like we like saying in a way as SAP has given us a new data, new object and changes to the object, we accept those changes to the object. This is a way of saying that reset to original.
Okay.
So this is one of the table example that may come under SPDD. There are multiple objects. We have to data elements, database table structure domain. Packages, we just have to check and we have to reset to original, as there is no active version of the package and no comparison can happen.
Okay.
This goes for the SPDD. And as SPDD happens before completion of the SPS upgrade or SPS import, this has to be done on a priority basis. After this, the basis team moves forward with the SPS upgrade as of for in our team's case. Then we move forward to the SPAU. And SPAU, in SPAU, we have a period of 14 days to complete the adjustments to the for the standard objects. For those 14 days, we don't need any access key to make changes to the standard objects. I will just, yeah. So this is the SPAU T code in the same system. So SPAU contains of multiple classes, interfaces, program, the function modules, function groups. These are all present under SPAU. There might be multiple use includes as well, which we need to check. This is a part of modification assistant where we are given a section where we'll have to check the changes. I'll show you that as well. Is the SPDD part clear, or like any questions on that part, SPDD part?
Just one question. So when do we know that the SPDD activity is done? When all the objects are in green, or is there?
That might be one
when
of
do
the
we
things.
say
See, okay,
it is
I'll
complete from
yes.
our end?
From our end, for us to confirm that it is completed, see, for our part, SPDD was green and we deleted objects, no need to check the deleted objects. We have to focus on node corrections with modification assistant, without modification assistant. You have to go for an object, you have to check the current version, which is given by SAP, and
For
the
each
previous
object,
version.
like in this
For
case, for
every,
each object. Okay.
yeah, exactly. For every object which is either white, having a green status, red status, or even only tick marks you can leave. Tick marks, no need to check for those. Yellow,
Okay.
I'll just have.
Yeah, you're just shown us the
Yeah.
status. Yeah.
Yeah, this is it. This is how the status symbolizes it.
Okay.
If green it is automatic adjustment is done. For yellow, semi-automatic adjustment, you might have to check if the adjustment is done properly or not. For red part, the manual adjustment is required. For question mark unknown adjustment mode, that has to be done by some there is a job for that which determines the mode as well, that after you check tick on the question mark, that job is run in the background, and then this is the symbol of reset to original. So for any of this, or even this one, the white one, such one, you have to move forward and compare the object, compare the version, active version, the previous version, just for your surety, and then you can move ahead with reset to original or apply modifications. Mostly for SPDD part, apply modification is not a recommended thing, because reset to original is only done because it is all given by the standard part and it's all given by SAP. So if and all a case arises where you have to choose your changes over what SAP has given, you have to do apply modification.
For apply modifications, how do we, which do we have any specific icon button for that, or?
No, apply modification, you might not have a specific icon, but you'll have to check after version comparison. I'll just show you the version comparison under SPAU itself. So version comparison remains the same everywhere.
Okay.
So this is the class where we are having a certain issue. I'll just compare it manually, not a problem. This is 2023. We upgraded our system here, and this was the version before it. So we have to compare with the latest version and the N-1 version.
Before.
Yeah. So as of now, what we can see is the active version, which is given by SAP, has multiple data added to it,
Yeah.
which all looks standard. But here, if we see in the previous version, there was this data which was added to this TR,
Yeah.
and this was the TR. This was the username. This is done by somebody in the team itself. So this is something we have added from our part. This is some of like our modification done to the code.
Yeah.
So this has to be taken into the new active version as well
Right.
to maintain the functionalities.
Yeah.
So when we are taking this part, even if here, if you have three options, either you can go ahead and do reset to original. Resetting to original will, what it will do is it will select the active version, the version on the left,
Yeah.
this version, and keep it as it is and won't make any changes to it. So what it will consider is what is given by SAP is the one we have to use from now onwards. This is what reset to original does. Then
Yeah.
there is one more thing, which is apply modification. What apply modification will do, apply modification will take this part of the code, the previous active version, and make it the active version and remove this version. So this what happened, and this code which is in blue will be lost, which is given by SAP. So this both part are not. So now reset to original and active apply modification are done. Then there is the third part which comes under, you have to copy this part of the code according to the data, according to the place it was earlier in the code, you have to insert it. So when you go forward, I'll just explain. I'll just open this again, the background.
And since we won't be okay, but this is our custom change. Yeah. It's not a
Yeah, this
standard.
is our custom change.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mostly in as SPAU and SPDD all consist of standard objects.
Yeah.
There are less probability when it comes to modification being done there. There are very less probabilities. You just have to check whether the code which is given by SAP, and sometimes as you know that notes are implemented in the system when the SPS upgrade is done. So as note workers, they check for a line of code and they replace that line of code with the additional block they want to include.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes that line of code is not, they don't find that line of code and it comes under SPAU adjustment. So that time you have to check whether this system is working, that this code is looking fine. There might be no syntax error. There should not be any dumps which is being given by the system until and unless like we have to adjust that and we have to do it on priority. Just
Okay.
open that background as well. So this is the active version. This is the version before it. So if you want to have that data inserted in the system, in the active version of our code, which was already, this was the modification code. So what you have to do is, maybe it won't work in my system as client is closed as of now. I'll just explain that to you. Here on this line of the code. This is not here on this line of the code between public section, protected section, private section.
We have the
There,
insert.
yeah, there will be insert, replace, delete.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to insert as this code is getting inserted.
The custom part which was there.
Yeah. So you have to insert that manually into your code and check for the after testing, you can be sure that it is working fine. Testing.
Okay, so here what you're doing is you are accepting the recent version of the SAP also, and in that you are just adding your line of code which was there in the previous version.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So we got the SAP code as well, and after that our functionality which was we created on for our part is also added.
Okay.
So it kind of becomes that system is upgraded, even our functionality is stagnant.
So most of the time we have to go for the third approach only, right? I mean, we have to accept the
Yes.
SAP part also, and we have to include, since we had added some of our functionality as well, so we need to
Yes.
include that also.
We need to include that as well. If you think like this has to go under like depends on all the way we check it, there
Yeah.
might be some of the other thing like what you can do is before the SPS upgrade happens, there need to be a testing done of the system, and we need to check how the system is behaving, and that needs to be documented. This is what we did. And after the
Okay.
SPS upgrade, before working with SPAU, like before doing any adjustment to the system, you have to check whether how it is working. So we can pinpoint on specific part of the code which is to be done on priority, and then we can move ahead with the whole SPS power adjustment and all.
Okay.
This is one of the approach we can go forward with, because if there is a there is a custom code added to a standard method, then this might have been done with access key itself. There might be a documented part where this code is being put into the standard part, and we will also know why it is being inserted there. So we have to check on that part as well. If not, we can have the whole system testing, and we can come up with like which part of the object, which object needs to be done earlier, so that the functionality is not hampered in any or the other way.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
this is not initial.
See this part of the code. For example, here we see where you have to just be very precise on checking this, as apply modification overview is not working here, so I'm just having it left and right part. But this is how the modification part also works.
Okay.
We just need to have that context, and we need to check whether where it is present or not.
Yeah.
This is the part where it goes. The header part is below, and this part is above.
Yeah. The placement
This
of
is
it
the
also
yeah
plays.
yeah placement also have to be checked.
Yeah.
So here
Okay.
you click on insert, and then you copy the code and you paste it here.
Yeah.
This is one of the way we can move forward. And just to be sure, just putting like pinpointing on that point, for 14 days we have the access to make changes to all the standard objects under SPAU. After 14 days we can do the same activity, but we'll need the access key for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is the method which we had under class. There are multiple other as well, the programs as well we see. If I'm able to see, just give me a moment if I'm able to find one of these. Now, if we like see, this is the active version, and this is the version like which was previously active. So what we have done is this was the insert block in that TR itself. So in active version, I have that part as well in my code, and even this is the part which is given by SAP.
Right. Right.
So we have taken all the parts into our code itself, so that our functionality also works and the standard part of SAP is also there.
Okay. Yeah. Understood. So this insert pass we were on the active version we have added it.
Yeah,
Now
I have
comparing it to
added.
the version before your active.
Yes.
Okay.
This is mostly SPAU under the modification assistant works. For modification assistant, we see from how does
But here
modification
also we have to do the reset to original, right? If there is no change required.
yeah, if there is no change required, or if the active version has more code than the previous version, which is given by SAP for sure, you have to you can reset to original, not at all issue. But if there is like for example, if the what do you say? Just a minute. If the standard part of the code remains same for the current active version and the previous active version, But in the previous active version, there was code which was inserted by us for our modification done. So you can do the apply modification part.
Yeah, yeah. Yes.
This comes under the with modification assistant, and for running the modification assistant, you have to click on this icons. This is as it is yellow. This as my client is not open at this moment. We have completed our SPAU and SPDD completely in this system. It will not open, but you will have to click here and two windows appear in front of you. The left one will be the current active version. Right one will be the last active version. As I showed you two screens on the screen itself.
Okay.
This is how it will work. So you have to just copy that part. There will be an insert button at the top. As you mentioned that there will be insert button there as well. You have to copy the code from right side, which you need on the active version, which will be on the left. You have to copy that part, and after that, you have to save it. That's it.
Okay. Okay, so this is how we have to direct. I mean, this will direct us to that part. Clicking on that status yellow icon, red icon.
Yes, any icon. There might be a red icon. There might be a green icon. It's only tick mark icon. You don't need to do anything for that. Yellow icon, red icon, green icon. You can check that.
Okay.
This was under with node modification assistant.
Sorry, I have a question here.
Yes.
So when you click on that icon, it will open two windows, right? One is the active version and another one is the previous version, right?
Yes.
So in the active version, you have to do the reset to original first, right? And then if there are any...
No. I'll just, first of all, you have to compare it. Before moving forward, if you do the reset to original, it will be gone from the screen itself. You will have to then go ahead in the editor, SAP editor or a function module editor. You'll have to check there. First of all, what you do is you compare it, the current version with the previous version. You get to know what changes are being made here. If there is any insert part which was inserted into the previous version, as that might not be in our active version, you have to put it if there is. You just compare the
Right,
both
so I'm
versions.
talking about the case, yes, while comparison, if we come across, like, SAP has its own code in the new version, and also there is a existing code, which you talked about, like, in your case, it was there, which was added by using a access key and all, right?
Yes.
So you have like, you were having like, the SAP added version as well as the old previous version.
Yes, insert part. Yes.
Right. So when you click on that icon, like, now first thing what you have to do, you have to accept the changes which SAP is having, right? And then you have to add your own. So in that case, first what you do the reset to original and then you add your this existing code. How is it?
No, Sandeep. I mean, SAP has the code which SAP has added, that will be in the active version already. We just have to see what our changes were, what our codes were, and we just have to add that in the active version. We don't.
So in this, we are not doing reset to original, right?
No.
Okay.
Because we are adding our custom code, right? What we had added. So in this case, we will not be doing the reset to original.
Right. Okay.
Reset to original means only when we have accepted that, okay, there is no the active version, current active version, what SAP has added, we are okay with it, and we don't want to add any of our code there. Then we do reset to original.
Okay, so when we do the reset to original, that time also, like, that object, SAP is having some new code in it. So that will also added in the transport request, right?
Yeah.
And in this case also, when we do the insert, when we have to add like, the pre-code or existing code. Yeah. So that time also, like, those will also get saved in the same transport request.
Yeah. So that time we are adding, along with the SAP codes, we are adding our codes also. So that time, so that time we are not doing the reset to original. Instead, we are adding our codes and accepting the SAP codes as well. and we are saving it in TR.
So, but until and unless we do the reset to original, like, it will not accept the, I mean, I'm just.
No.
No.
You like see the
Okay.
thing here is if you do reset to original, what it gives the signal is which the code given by SAP is what I want. If that is the case, you can go ahead with reset to original if you are sure with that. But when there
Okay.
is a custom code in our part which is also available there, which is also in the previous version, we need to take that as well. And after you
Right.
take that, you have to just save it and activate it, and it will be saved in the TR. That's it.
So
What
in that
reset to
case, our
original does
reset to,
is yes. Tell me.
sorry. So in that case, your, the SAP's new code of SAP as well as your old code will go in the transport request, right?
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
For SPAU, you have three options. Either to reset to original, what it will do is it will take the active version and save it into the TR. And then there is apply modification. What it will do is it will take the previous version and make it as an active and save it in the TR. And then there is a modification assistant where you manually take the code from previous version which you want and you save it to the active version and then you save the active version to the TR. This consists of all the codes which all the data which was previously in the code and the current which is given by SAP as well.
Sandeep,
Okay.
here currently system is locked. That's why we are not able to show you how a modification assistant will work. But it will open the two different window below this without modification assistant. And Ishan, if you have any screen like that, we can show it to them.
I am checking modification assistant.
Assistant
Just
in
checking.
SAP. Then Sandeep will understand. He understand now, but he is having a doubt whether reset to original and then we can add code manually also. Then why we are going with modification assistant? No? That
This is one.
part also you can do. You can do reset to original. Then by comparing with quality, you can add your Z custom code inside standard object. That can you also do. Or here only SAP provided option that if you click on that yellow button, to split window will appear. In first window, active version is present provided by SAP, and in second screen, N minus version is present where custom code is present. You can copy that custom code and on the left side on SAP provided version, you can insert it manually and then you can activate it. You don't have to do then
Yeah.
reset to original.
Yeah.
Automatically
Okay.
it will save it in the TR. But that screen currently system is they lock the system, so we are not able
For
to show
that
you
part,
that.
I'll send you documentation as well. There might be some of the documentation with me. So how we copy that part between two versions, I'll send you that documentation as well.
Yeah. So about the apply modification state, the second one which you just said.
Yeah.
So basically that time we are not accepting the SAP codes. We are in fact we want our previous version as the active one that time.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's this case. I mean, have you ever done this like this? I mean,
Yes. I have. What happened was
and
we had.
what's the basis on? I mean, what's the basis for that? Why do we?
For you can
When
do
do
is
we do
now
that?
see. First of all, there has to be a comparison between the active version and the
Yes.
previous version. What
Yes.
happens is sometimes there is no change in the active version. There is no change in the standard part from SAP. It's only our block of code which is giving the error. That's why it is present in the SPAU adjustment. So let's consider any of the like standard code. The standard code is completely same as before the SPS upgrade and after the SPS upgrade. But what you have done is in the before the SPS upgrade, you had inserted your block of code there. So if such case arises, you can directly go ahead and do apply modification and the previous version will be saved.
Oh, okay. Understood. Okay, so instead of going for the third state wherein in the already active part we add our code, we can directly apply modification. So basically it will be the same thing like
it will be the
before.
same thing, yes.
Yeah,
But that the
okay.
system will do for you instead of you doing that. So that will save time from your part.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
So for SPAU, this is one of the things which you have to focus, comparison, the current version and previous version. Same goes for SPDD as well. But SPDD in the whole SPS upgrade part is before even the SPS upgrade is done. And we did that in shadow system, as it had to be done in shadow system. For your part, maybe that might be done in shadow system, or you have to done in the different client itself. But whenever SPDD is done, SPDD has to be stored in a different TR, and SPAU and SPAU ENH have to be stored in a different TR. Just one of the things that you need to keep in mind.
Okay.
SPDD is done before SPS upgrade and has to be done as soon as possible. For SPAU and SPAU ENH, you have a time frame of 14 days from the day upgrade is done.
So SPAU and SPAU ENH collectively has 14 days, or each of the stages?
Collectively 14 days.
Okay. Okay.
So this as these are all the standard objects which where the changes are done. For this 14 days, you need no access key to make changes to these objects.
Okay. So this 14 days is a standard one provided by
Yeah,
SAP,
this is a standard one. This is a standard one.
It is followed across all the.
Yeah, I've also.
There is no variations on this.
Yeah, Ishan and Gaurav, I think it depends on project. In some project I did, they gave only 1 week. Within 1 week we have to complete, and that was the SPAU SPDD objects are less, so that's why they have given 1 week. Yeah, based on the object list.
I guess that depends on the object list as well where we are completing. Because for our part, even if 21 days were given, we would have taken 21 days to complete the objects.
Okay.
Depending on that part, the main thing is version comparison, and we have to take a call on whether we need the active version which is given by SAP, or we need the previous version. This goes for both SPDD as well as SPAU.
Yeah. So basically, it starts. All the steps for all the objects, SPDD and SPAU, it only starts with version comparison only, right?
Yes, version comparison, yes.
For every of them. Okay.
So now SPAU and SPDD, I guess the information is done for that part. Any questions more on those?
Nothing from my side. Anybody from the team has any questions?
In this note correction, is it mandatory to do
Yes. Thank you for that. I kind of skipped it itself. For note correction, first of all the notes in the system needs to be checked here. All the notes which are seen, these are notes even after we have moved the TR from our system. These notes are present here. One by one, you have to check whether the notes are can be implemented, cannot be implemented, or obsolete. For that part, the tick marks again needs to be leave. We need to check on the yellows, reds, and greens, even the greens and whites. This whites.
So these notes are already there in the system, or these are supposed to be implemented?
This can be implemented. There are multiple states that this note can be cannot be implemented, can be implemented, obsolete, and even sometimes there is obsolete version implemented notes as well in the system. So what you have to do is, first of all,
this is the SPAU we are talking about,
yes,
right?
This is the SPAU we are talking about. Yes. First of all, you need to get this note downloaded into the system. All the notes which you see. Then after that, there is a reset obsolete button here. If you can see, this reset obsolete notes has to be done, which removes all the obsolete notes from the system. So as for now, this note is in obsolete state or cannot be implemented state, maybe. All the obsolete nodes in the system will be removed from the list, and then you can only focus on the nodes which can be implemented. Then you have to check and one by one see, as this is an obsolete node.
Yeah.
After I click on this button and the background job is run for this, all the obsolete nodes in the system are removed and saved into the TR.
Okay.
and saved into the TR and removed from here. So you don't have to focus on the obsolete nodes.
So this
What
will
you have-
automatically be removed from this list, or will
Yes,
it be
yes.
still there? That's it will be removed only. Okay.
It will be removed.
Okay. So basically these nodes are supposed to be implemented, right? I mean, after we see those status, these are not there in the system right now, right?
Yes, they have to be implemented.
Okay.
As of
So
now,
this
I'm
is
keeping-
part of this SPAU activity.
Yeah, this is part of the SPAU activity itself. This notice cannot be implemented. So this won't be captured into the TR in any or the other way, neither by reset obsolete nodes or by implementation. So you can leave this note aside. This
Okay,
won't
so
be
one by
captured.
one, we have to go into each
Yeah.
node and see whether it can be or not be.
Yes, first you just reset the obsolete nodes, and that reduces the number of nodes that you
Yeah.
have to check. One by one, you go forward with the nodes. After that, there might be changes because of the nodes as well that affects the object, and that might be present in SPAU again.
Okay, and
So
then
you
there
have to
can be some manual activities for each node, so we have
Yes.
to do those as well.
As of now, what I understand is if the note is coming in as a part of SPS upgrade, there will be manual activities, but manual activities are already done into the system. So just to be sure, instead of creating it again, just check it once. Like for example, we had a note. Datta, just correct me if I'm wrong. We had a note for TCS, TDS implementation in the system, and there was a manual activity for creating a table. But when we moved forward and checked the table in the system, like for we are talking about my quality system, the table was already present in the system as a part of SPS upgrade. So note was also implemented, but we didn't have to do any manual activity.
Yeah, it is
Okay.
having latest version, Gaurav.
Okay, okay.
So if there are
So-
any manual activity, just go ahead and check once. If it is present, no need to directly go and change it and create it.
Okay. So basically, I mean, in your experience, you have never came across wherein you had to do some manual activities, but we have to be sure about that, thus doing a cross check whether those objects are already there.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay.
So this for a SPAU part is completed, I guess. So SPAU mainly node corrections, resetting obsolete nodes, implementing the nodes, then modification assistant and without modification assistant, checking the part versions for the object, and placing the part which we need as an active part, like saving it in the active part. This is how it goes for the SPAU. Now moving forward to SPAU ENH. SPAU ENH consists of all the enhancements which are created by us only in the system. And here you can leave aside the green ones. Green ones, no need to do anything in SPAU ENH.
Okay.
You just have to focus on the whites and the yellows. White, yellows, and red. That's it. For white as well, the criticality is very less. You don't have to check anything there. I'll just go forward, and I don't have this in this system. The system is
What does
updated.
this delete icon means? These are deleted from the system.
Yeah, these are deleted from the system.
So this also we have to ignore.
No. Deleted, you don't have to do anything. As in the SPAU and SPDD as well, there might be some deleted objects. You can leave those. You don't have to. Yeah, you
The green, we have to.
red and green you have to ignore. You have to focus on the whites, the yellows, and the reds. For green, if you see, I'll just show you how the comparison for in under the SPAU ENH goes.
I think Ishan, here that window will appear.
Yes,
Na?
yes, yes, yes.
Like modification assistance.
Yes,
Sandeep,
yes.
this here window might appear
Okay.
for modification
Okay.
assistant.
See,
Yeah, like
this is the
Okay.
current version. This is the contract. Contract means the previous current version. So when we
Okay.
go ahead in this is how the modification assistant looks like. So going forward, we check this both system. This is all the button that also appears there. There will be more buttons: insert block, delete block, and replace block. That comes under SPAU itself, not in the SPAU ENH.
Okay.
So checking this part, you have to first thoroughly check whether for this enhancement implementation, for your enhancement implementation, if it is present, like there is an error or not. Because see, this is the active version where a different table, MARD table, has been added into the code, which was not present in the previous version.
Yeah.
Then moving forward, we go to the next difference which we see in the system. There's no other difference in the system. This is the only difference that has been forwarded. That has been given from SAP into this
Enhancement.
yeah. But enhancement
This is
enhancement is
standard
way down.
enhancement.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is standard enhancement, so it will be in green because it is added by SAP. So it will
Right.
not be in red or yellow. If it is Z enhancement, then it will be in yellow, red, or white.
Okay.
Green, it can also be in green. See, this is the one green. This is a Z enhancement. So you have to check whether this part of enhancement part is similar along with the whole code. Are there changes in the code as compared to the previous version? If that is in the standard part and that are in the active version itself, you can go ahead and click on adjusted here. After adjusting, the conflict is adjusted. This green might be for green, you don't have to do anything. This is just an example. If it is white or yellow or red, it becomes a tick mark, and after that, it is saved to the TR. You have to just activate the enhancement, and you have to then it is done. For that enhancement, the activity is done.
No, I mean, I think I lost you.
I don't think we got that.
Okay, okay. I see. This is some of
So
the other
you are
thing that is
telling this step for the standard enhancement right now.
no. You any enhancement implementation in the SPAU underscore ENHT code, which is either white, either yellow, or either red.
Okay.
You have to check these three. Green and deleted objects you can ignore.
Yeah.
As I don't have any white, yellow, or red object here, so I'm explaining it with green object.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you go ahead and compare both the codes, like the current version, which is on the left, and the contract,
Right.
that is the previous version on the right. You go and compare this both, and there might be differences. If the differences are in the active version, like there is new code which is given in the active version rather than the previous version, you just have to check there is no such code in the previous version which is not in the active version. I'm talking about standard parts here. Enhancement parts that might go, enhancement might not be affected anyway by the SPS upgrade. If this is coming under SPAU underscore ENH, this is all because there is a change in standard part and there is an enhancement as well. So it is giving you under SPAU underscore ENH.
Okay.
So you have to be very thorough that changes which are being made to the system won't affect the functionality.
So
And if
in the
you
standard enhancement part, sometimes suppose we have added our enhancement here.
Yeah.
So will that be gone or will that stay?
No, that will stay. That will come under here itself. See this, I'll explain with the Z enhancement.
Yeah.
This Z enhancement is implemented in the standard code itself, I guess. So if this is coming under SPAU underscore ENH part for your adjustment, for your checking, so let's show just. This is the enhancement.
This is the one which we had done. Okay.
Yeah. This will be, you can just go at the top of the code. Just do a comparison for the complete code. The programs are not identical. You go forward and check where there is an issue. See, this is the part of a note. This note has been implemented, which changed this. This commented this part of the code.
Yeah.
You go forward and check for any other changes, next differences in the system. This line, both do not match with each other. But as this is a
That
part
is
of the
part of
note
the
itself,
note. Yeah.
yeah, that is part of the note, of this part of the note. So you can go forward and check more of the changes which are in the system.
Okay, you clicked on the Z enhancement, but you're checking the standard part where it is put.
Yeah. So for just to be thorough, you have to check whole code. You're
Okay.
checking for Z enhancement as well. For the Z enhancement, there might be no changes into the system after SPS upgrade. If anything we are doing on our part, there might be a changes. But as there is a Z enhancement present in the this
Standard
object,
part.
yeah.
Mhm.
So this comes under SPAU underscore ENH.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
You
So
have
this
to,
object came into SPAU underscore ENH because it had a Z enhancement in it.
yes.
Okay. So, but we had, okay. So as we did for SPAU, where we were
Yeah.
checking the current and the last version, we have to check here also.
Yes.
Okay. Just because we had a Z enhancement, it came in this underscore
Yeah.
ENH.
Yeah, just because it has a Z enhancement, it came into this, but there are chances that this object might have been present in SPAU as well for
Okay.
the corrections.
Okay.
All of the three.
So here again, we will have the three options, reset to original, apply modification.
No. Here, what you have to do is, if you feel like you need some part of the code, which is from the previous part, you just copy that code, you paste it here. This will completely be open for, that will be only for enhancement part I'm talking about. This enhancement part, only this enhancement will be open, not other than enhancement part, because that was considered in SPAU.
Okay.
So if you need any changes for this version, you have to check this object. You have to check this object in SPAU. You have to make changes there. Then you have to save it. Then there is an enhancement in that. That's why this is coming with the enhancement name in SPAU underscore ENH. And then you can only make changes to the enhancement. Or if there are no changes, you just click on adjusted.
So what kind of
Or,
changes usually there in the, because in Z enhancement from SAP side, there won't be any changes, right?
no. So what changes are here is when we talk about there is some kind of method is not implemented from the interface. A class is using an interface but not implementing knowledge method. So this is one of the things that you might have to do. I might have present just give me a moment.
Any red enhancement is present, Ishan, in SPAU underscore
No,
ENH?
for me, I've never seen a red one. Only max to max yellow.
Yellow one. So Gaurav,
Yellow was the one where we need to implement a interface method in the class. So that becomes, because there is that it causes the syntax error. So it
In
creates
the
a,
class, because you were using so some new method got added as part of this activity.
yes.
So that's why you had, since you were using that standard method in your enhancement, so you have to adjust your enhancement because of that.
Yes.
Okay, so that might cause the red or yellow status.
Yeah, mostly yellow. I have not seen any red in this.
Okay,
And
okay, understood.
this part becomes a bit tricky. I'm sorry, I'm not able to explain it to a thorough way, but like for me as well, SPAU ENH has been a very less section. Like only we get 3 to 4 objects in SPAU ENH to do the comparisons for. Under SPAU, there are multiple objects that we get, but in SPAU underscore ENH, we get very less objects.
Okay, so Ishan, you need to do adjusted only. Here
Adjusted
in SPAU
only.
underscore ENH.
Yes, after everything, after what you need is, even if there are code which you need to copy, you copy the code from the previous version and you paste it here. You click on adjusted. If you feel like the current version is all okay, still you click on adjusted.
Okay, so in SPAU underscore ENH, the confirmation is for each object is when we click on adjusted.
Yeah.
So then that object is completed.
Yes, then that object is completed.
Okay.
So even if
So
there is
Gaurav,
no
you have said-
adjustment, we have to do that adjusted check.
Yes, you have to do the
sir.
adjusted check.
Yes, Sandeep, because it will not allow to add if we do not do the adjustment now, then in future, if any, we need to add any new code in the enhancement, it will not allow us to edit.
Okay. Okay. And the already, I mean, this is if the standard, like the enhancement is implemented in this standard enhancement or standard code, the existing implemented enhancement, you can see it as is there, like we can see now, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
It will be there.
Yeah, existing.
And for that
the
reason, I think it
enhancement
is
will
coming
not
in the enhancement. Yeah.
SPAU
Okay.
ENH. Yes, yes, correct. Correct.
Okay.
Just check for if there is something present in H development system for confirmations. I'll just show you one white. This is one of the things that we came across. Greens and deleted objects you need to ignore. For white, there is a very less probability of changes that will be there. Very less probability for whites. There might be a white present here. Yeah. See, as you can see, these are all greens. And there's only one white present. So for yellows, you have to go forward and make the changes or make the adjustment. And for whites as well, user exit fill VBRK VBRP SAP LV60A RV60 FZC. Yes. So this enhancement has been added. So this is the enhancement we are looking onto. This is from 71 line to 110. We just go ahead and compare this both.
Yeah.
So as this enhancement are both, if there will be a symbol here showing that if there are any changes between both the sections. You just have to check that. See, this in the standard part is present, but it was not present in the previous user exit number range. So this was added by us itself in the SPAU part. This is no enhancement, but this came under this RV60 AFZC user exit came under SPAU for adjustment, and we had to add this code from the previous version and save it here. This had to be done.
Yeah, Gaurav, sometimes in user exit, we took the access key and we add our code. Or sometimes we do implicit enhancement. Na? I think this is it. It is the case of access key. We took the access key and we added it in form and form in user exit. So in SPAU adjustment, this will not come. Sorry, it comes under SPAU ENH, but in latest version, we have to add it manually. On the right side, it will show it is present, but in the current version, it is not present. So we have to copy paste and you're in the current version, and we have to click on save, adjusted, and then activate, I think. Ishan, what is the step? Save, adjusted, and then activate, no?
No, first of all, you click on adjusted, then you click on save and then activate.
Okay.
First, you need to adjust it. So this, as the current version has like a precise data and precise additional code as well. And there is no other code which will be, see, these are the changes, and same as it goes, there are modifications that are done there. See, this part of the code is not present in previous part. So as we already have a proper functioning code in our current version, we go ahead and adjust it. Checking the enhancement as well. First of all, you need to check the enhancement. Mostly Z enhancement, there might be no changes required there. Then you go ahead and check the whole code if there are any differences, and our active version is precise on the changes part. Then you just do the adjustment part, and then you save and then you activate. Then the adjust and anything under SPAU ENH is saved into the TR.
Okay. So why did it came with the white status depicts what?
Low priority.
Okay. Low,
You
yellow
just have
is
to
medium,
go, yeah,
red is high.
yellow is.
Oh, okay.
Where there is a red symbol in SPAU ENH, it means that has to be taken care of from our part itself. That system can't do it on its own. For most of the white part, what it says is there is no relevant changes that has to be done, but you just need to give it a glance once. For yellow part, there might be methods which are missing for implementation. There might be some syntax errors. Syntax error come under both yellow and red. So if those come, you have to check it. Like why the syntax error is coming. There might be some of the parameters are missing. We had this issue. We had multiple terms in our system where under enhancement in the standard part, there were changes in the formal and the actual parameters for the calling and the receiving part. So that was under our one of the dump that was coming. And after we moved the TR from our development system to the quality system, the dumps stopped. So that has to be checked as well for pinpointing. There might be multiple cases that can happen after SPS upgrade. Just we need to document all of this thing that before SPS upgrade how it was working and after SPS upgrade how it is working.
So one of the example, Gaurav, is like in implicit enhancement, we call some standard subroutine. And that subroutine in our old version, subroutine is having 2 parameters. But in latest version, it is having 3 parameters. That time, it will come as a red.
Right.
So, then we need to change that subroutine and add 3rd parameter. And then we need to click on adjust, save, and activate.
Understood. Yeah, only when in our custom code we are using some standard part of the code, then we might face some red status, yellow status, right?
Yes.
Okay, understood.
If any other questions?
I think it was quite clear. Any questions here, team? Sandeep? I take it as no.
No, sir.
मैं प्रीत स्टॉप कर दे रिकॉर्डिंग. हेलो
यस तो
प्रीत सो गया शायद. लैपटॉप चालू करके.
हाँ मैं कर देती हूँ ना.
अरे मैं म्यूट